Do you feel like do you feel like it was something that you just immediately, because you talk about writing this song, and you said about like the third grade when you wrote the first song, and then talk
Uh,
about like sixth grade, middle school, once you start recording music.
yeah.
From that third grade to sixth grade, like what was that evolution like? Was you writing music a lot? Were you freestyling a lot? Was it something that you just sort of did, sort of didn't do? Like, do you have any strong memories of what it was like between that first time writing to that first time where you was recording on a flip phone?
Um, Shit, man. I was just writing shit. Like I used to write that shit and recite that shit to my brother, man. Free Fletcher, man. I used to write that shit and recite it,
Hmm.
and we had just rapped each other. And then my stepbrother started doing that shit too. My older stepbrother, we was all rapping together and shit. And that's Terry. And we was just over the time we would just do that shit. Like we write and
Hmm.
recite that shit to each other. And yeah, that's how that shit went on. And we did it like that. But matter of fact, before I even got in the studio for the first time, I was recording on my mama karaoke machine.
Okay.
She had a karaoke machine that made cassettes. So like some of my earliest records, my first recordings outside that little flip phone and boost phone was on cassette tapes. I don't know where that shit at, but we was
Okay.
recording over tapes, and I just thought that shit was so raw, bro.
Okay.
I'm like, oh what? Like that shit blew my mind for real. And that shit from like the 80s probably or
Yeah.
early 90s or some shit. I
Right.
don't know.
Do you feel like you and your brother's relationship was really connected to, like, not just listening to music but also like creating music together? Like, what was it like to have somebody at such a young age who was there, not even just necessarily just the idea of chasing a dream, but somebody that's there creating with you, like as you're creating, this person is creating.
It's a good feeling because it's like unity, you know what I'm saying? And it's that's bonding too. You feel me? We just seeing what's on each other's mind, playing with words and shit like that. And you see somebody like what you doing as much as you, it make you want to do it more. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was cool, man. That shit was real cool, man. We used to be like, I was young as hell. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be signed by the time I'm 16. Then I turned to
Right.
18. Then I turned to 21.
Right.
Then I'm like, shit. At that age, I'm like, it look like being signed ain't shit. You just gotta make it. You just gotta get the audience or whatever. So I'm like, shit, fuck it. I'm gonna keep rapping. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't really
Right.
too much care no more.
Right.
I'll just keep rapping.
So you talked about some of your first writing experiences and then some of your first recording experiences.
Yeah.
How do you feel like writing? Do you feel like that had any impact on you as you were growing up, like the way you viewed the world or like your personality? Or because like one of the things that for me has always been a thing is sometimes I can be experiencing something or going through something, and I can't really, it's hard for me to process it or maybe be hard for me to articulate it to somebody, but I
Uh-huh.
can sort of get that same cathartic feeling from writing about it or recording a song about it or making music about it, or things that maybe I find difficult to have conversations with people about. I can find like outlets in creating. And I feel like when I was younger, that was really a thing for me where I would I had notebooks where I would write raps in a lot of times, and I never
Mhm.
really kept a journal or anything like that. But I did a lot of writing of rap lyrics, and a lot of times, songs that who knows where they at. You write them when you're
Right.
15, 16 or whatever. But I was able to express, even if it was anger or frustration or sadness or grief, whatever it was. I might not necessarily be talking about that exact thing, but it was some type of outlet, just writing music and listening to beats and rapping, even if it was just rapping to myself or rapping to a friend or something like that.
Yeah. Not so much when I was younger. That was just like a hobby, like some shit I just do, like playing the game and shit. It's just some shit like it wasn't really an outlet then. I guess it was like just a creative outlet, but it wasn't really no like nothing behind it, like no emotions behind it or no experiences behind it. You know what I'm saying? Until I got older, and then that's when I really started using it as an outlet, like
Hmm.
late teens into my like 20s and shit. That's when I started using it as like an outlet. Like I feel a certain type of way and I rap. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started really rapping about my life experiences and shit. Because before, like I rap. I used to listen to Lil Wayne, so I really was just playing with words. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
used to like the way he do it, but as I got older and I started living, you know what I'm saying, like real life starting to kick in and shit like that, I just had more things to speak on, and I had more feelings about stuff. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So that's how I did it. But I like that because it's like the way I started rapping, like you know what I'm saying? I used to really like Lil Wayne, so I used to like to try to be clever and shit. So then once I got some experiences and shit to mix it in with, I felt like shit, don't nobody do it like me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I was experienced. I mean, not experienced, but I was what's the word? Inspired by Lil Wayne and
Okay.
shit.
Who was